Coming up tonight on YCN News. A weekend fire in Newbury, New Hampshire destroys the building and all contents of a local store. 2 young skiers died this weekend in separate accidents in Vermont. And Lebanon School District prepares for its budget vote on March 11th. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Monday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Smoldering rubble is all that is physically left of the boutique store Contessa and the Cowboy. A weekend fire at the Newbury, New Hampshire store destroyed the building and all of its contents. The shop was located along Route 103 near the Sunapee traffic circle. 8 fire companies in all, the Associated Press reports, fought the flames that gutted the 2-story building. No firefighters were injured, noted Newbury Fire Chief Henry Thomas Jr. Interior design services plus furniture and antiques combined to make the shop an eclectic retail mix. On its website, the company cites where high-range style meets low-range pricing as its mission. No one from the store could be reached for comment today. It's a return to New Hampshire as a college administrator for Roxanne Gonzalez. Gonzalez has been named the 5th president of Granite State College per a press release from the University System of New Hampshire. Gonzalez has extensive academic leadership in adult continuous higher education. From 1994 to 2001, Gonzalez was Granite State College's prior learning assessment director. She returns to New Hampshire from Denver, Colorado. There, at Regis University, Gonzalez served as dean and professor. Gonzalez says she is honored to become Granite State College's president. Granite State has locations throughout New Hampshire, including Claremont. Making education affordable and relative for adults who want to improve their future is a goal of the new president. University System Chancellor Todd Leach says Gonzalez's experience with online delivery of classes and degree programs will benefit GSC students. 92% of GSC students will remain in New Hampshire. This benefits the state as local workers attending and graduating from Granite State College will bring new skills to the workplace. Gonzalez will begin work on April 28th. YCN had the chance to check out the culminating events at last week's New London Winter Carnival. Let's now join reporter Sarah Tawney to learn about the fun activities that went on last week and weekend.
We're here at the New London Town Green, and there's a ski joring event going on right behind me.
So we have the horses, and there's a different rigging that you put on your saddle, and there's a carabiner to a rope. It's 33-foot long rope, and you pull your skier, and it's a timed event, and fastest time wins, and then you get penalties. There's different gates that you have to weave, and then there's rings, magnetic rings that you have to put your hand through. So it's 2-second penalty for every ring you miss and a 5-second penalty for every gate you miss.
I'm here with Scott Blewett, the New London Rec Director, and I'm wondering, what are the highlights of the week-long Winter Carnival here?
Definitely the highlights started off with the snowman contest. We had 7 around town, considering the snow was a little on the dry side. So we had wonderful snowmen. The broom hockey the other night, we had about 20 people here having a great time on the ice on the Bob Andrews Memorial Rink. And the highlight was really last night with the dinner with Jack Frost, right here on the green with the big fires and a dozen different restaurants ranging from the Inn at Pleasant Lake, Mount Sunapee, Peter Christian's, Flying Goose, Millstone, the old courthouse in Newport, Little Red Baron, Salt Hill Pub. It was just wonderful.
John, what a great day today. Isn't this amazing? The ski joring, and we had our first parade. We're so glad to be here. The New London Rec Department is so grateful to everyone, all our sponsors, who really made this possible. And I'll tell you, we've had groom trails and just lots of people out. The dinner last night was amazing, and just so many fun events. So what a great time to be in New London.
It was a great time, wonderful turnout, good weather. We look forward to next year. Back to you, Rose.
Thanks, Sarah. That looked like a lot of fun. I'll be sure to check it out next year. New London wasn't the only nearby town celebrating a winter carnival. Newport, New Hampshire began their 98th winter carnival yesterday, and it will last all week. On Sunday, the festival began with a torch lighting ceremony. Citizens of Newport and other towns gathered at the small common to witness the lighting, which serves as a prelude to dozens of events Newport will host this week. Newport resident Malia King tells us about the pageant and other upcoming events.
My name is Malia King and I am from Newport, New Hampshire. I won the Winter Carnival pageant in Newport in 2011, and I think that it's a great experience for the entire community to take part in. From the second graders who are princesses and princes in the pageant to the queens who are in 11th and 12th grade at Newport High School to the older people in the community, it really brings everyone together. Come down to the Newport Winter Carnival this Friday at 7 p.m. for the Queen's Pageant. There's also other events such as midnight skating on Friday, Poseidon's Plunge, and the theme this year is mythology for the entire Winter Carnival, Sunday to Sunday.
After the break, we'll hear about the 2 young skiers who died over the weekend in Vermont, and the Lebanon School District's upcoming budget vote.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. 2 young skiers died this weekend in separate accidents in Vermont. 19-year-old Kendra Bowers, a Rhode Island native and sophomore at the University of Vermont, crashed into a ski trail sign in Warren. Bowers was skiing at Sugar Bush Resort with family and friends on Saturday morning, the Associated Press reports. As she skied, she lost control and hit a sign. First responders gave Bowers first aid before taking her to Central Vermont Hospital in Berlin. She died upon arrival at the hospital. 20-year-old Torrin Tucker of Sun Valley, Idaho, collapsed during a cross-country ski race in Craftsbury on Saturday. Tucker was a junior at Dartmouth College in Hanover, New Hampshire. The Valley News reports another skier came upon Tucker lying unconscious in the snow. Tucker was pronounced dead on the scene when efforts to revive him failed. Ski team members also were competing at the UVM Nordic Carnival in Stowe, Vermont. The Dartmouth College ski team did not compete in any of Saturday's scheduled races after Tucker's death. Lebanon School District voters will vote on March 11th for a budget of $39 million. If passed, the budget could increase the school portion of the property valuation by $1.43 per $1,000 valuation. School District Superintendent Gail Paludi reviewed the budget with about 30 residents attending Saturday morning's deliberative session at the middle school. Resident and state representative Susan Almy said she did not understand why the budget was increasing by $29,000 if student enrollment is decreasing. Enrollment is expected to be greater in 2018, a school board member replied. Next year's budget calls for a technology coordinator to be hired at Lebanon High School. A motion by resident Terrell Salter to add $79,250 to the budget for smaller class sizes in kindergarten and first grade failed. The vote was taken by secret or Australian ballot. The vote was 15 in favor and 14 against. Voters will choose new school board members and school district officers on March 11th from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Voters will go to their respective polling places among the city's 3 wards. That's also the date when the 2014-15 budget will be acted upon along with other warrant articles. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next 5 days, and he'll take a look at some local high school sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tomorrow we'll have a high of 34 degrees with lows in the 20s. Wednesday, wear your boots because we're expecting snow with highs in the upper 20s and a low of 8 degrees. Thursday we'll have a high of 27 and lows down to 4 degrees, so make sure to wear a warm coat. Friday and Saturday temperatures will rise to 30 degrees in the day and fall down to the teens at night. If you're looking for some entertainment this week, check out Northern Stage's production of Fox on the Fairway. There will be 3 nights of previews starting at 7:30 p.m. Wednesday through Friday, and Saturday will be opening night. So be sure to head over to White River Junction this week for a good laugh. And now let's look at local high school sports. It was the NHIAA Division II Indoor Track and Field Championships yesterday in Hanover that had people talking. It wasn't just the Super Bowl. The championship games saw schools such as Lebanon, Souhegan, Portsmouth, and others contending with each other. At the end of the games, Lebanon scored the most points for all of the boys' teams competing. They made 69.5 points. In second place, Portsmouth had 65 points, and in third place, Souhegan made 53 points. Of the girls' teams competing, Co-Brown was the winner with 81 points. In second place, Oyster River made 42 points. And Lebanon reached third place with 36 points. Lebanon managed to fall within the top 3 spots for both boys and girls. Congratulations!
Thank you for joining us for this Monday edition of YCN News. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And you can watch our programs anytime online at www.ycnnow.com. Be sure to tune in tomorrow to hear from Joe Melia, General Manager of the Pines Restaurant at Hanover Inn. I'm Rose Spillman for YCN, your local view. Good night.